Hello, friends, and welcome to another edition of the TV is Our Real Mon podcast. I'm your host, Dave, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, my sister, Katie. Katie, what's up?
Nothing over here, Dave. What's going on with you?
Not too much, just working, just
Working.
working
I know. All day, every day.
all day, every day. No time for podcasting, no time for Survivor.
Well, then what are we doing right now?
Well, we make time. We
That's
don't
true.
have time, but we make time.
Yeah, we have time.
Yeah, we have time.
I definitely have time for Survivor.
Yeah, I mean, some people have like children.
Yeah, that's true.
And they still
But they
have.
just make their children watch Survivor with them.
Yeah, but I feel like there's those people still have podcasts just like we do, and they probably work harder than we do at it. So,
well, yeah,
no excuses.
I guess. No excuses over here.
Anywho, let's talk about the episode.
Let's do it. This episode got my hopes up real high, and then
yeah, I mean, it was all building up to be Kellen, right? I mean, it was the total edit of the pride comes before the fall. Lots of Kellen being cocky, like I'm in a good spot, especially at that reward with Michael.
I mean, all that food, and she's nibbling on a lettuce leaf like a freaking rabbit.
She did. I mean, she's always kind of reminded me of like a squirrel. Yeah, and she's like nibbling on that lettuce. It's pretty good. I think you can still keep up hope though, because there's no reason they would give her this cocky of an edit if it wasn't coming to blow up in her face at some point.
Yeah,
right?
And they're not giving her any personal content to go along with it. Like everything we saw from Kellen last night was bad.
It was
not good gameplay, and it was also, to someone who already is annoyed by this person, like it just cranked it up to like a 12. And then I thought maybe it'll be worth it if it ends up with her going home. And then it blew up and ended up getting rid of someone I actually liked. And so, I came away a little upset, but it was, entertaining. Chaos is always good.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a bad episode, but
no, not my favorite outcome. But
yeah, you're right. It totally made Kellen look bad this entire episode.
Yeah, she's not. And it's making all her prior game, and I never really cared for her game. We all know that. But it's making her whole game look bad in retrospect. I feel like she's just completely blinded by this Naviti Strong thing. Like, it's 10 times worse than I even thought it was before, and I thought it was bad before. Like, she's deluded to the possibility that anybody working with her could possibly entertain the idea of turning on her.
Exactly. I mean, she's supposed to be like this big Survivor fan and what has Survivor like been all about most of the time? It's like backstabbing and turning on each other, and yet she's in the middle of it, and she's totally got the wool pulled over her eyes right now. Like she can't imagine that these people would turn on her, but that's entirely possible, and she needs to wake up to that fact if she stands any chance of winning. I don't know if all of this, because she does sniff it out at some point because she votes against Desi. So that means she figures it out. She's like, Desi is clearly lying, right?
I don't know that she ever all the way figured it out. I think she just...
Why would she vote the way she did if she didn't?
Because she was going along with what Dominic and Wendell wanted to do. Here's what I don't understand, okay? I'm completely flabbergasted by how shocked she was, or how she even refused to believe that Des and Chelsea could turn on her when the Chris vote, she kept them in the dark. It's come out in Des's interviews that she had no idea Chris was going home. Kellen did not tell them. She deliberately kept these two women who she thought were her closest people and who would never betray her in the dark about a vote. And then last night, she left Chelsea and Angie in the dark again. And so, like, how can she be surprised that they would be considering turning on her when she's clearly proven that she would rather stick with Dom and Wendell than with the Naviti women? Like, why would it surprise her?
I know, that's insane. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, this has to blow up.
I knew something was off about that vote. I knew those Libby votes were not backup. I knew they were just in the dark, and it has been validated this week.
Huh. in Desi's interview or
Des
something?
in her interview said that's when she decided she wanted to flip on them because they left her in the dark.
I keep calling her Desi. It's Des or
Desiree
Desiree. Sorry.
or Des.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. That's crazy to me that she obviously is totally like up her own ass. I mean, there's no other way to put it.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
she can't even see how that might piss them off that she's leaving them in the dark, and then she expects that they're going to be super loyal to her. It
They
doesn't
would
make
like she were flat out. I think she can maybe, you know how when you hear something bad, like oh a boy, a significant other is gonna dump you, and you're like, no, it's never gonna happen, not possible.
yeah.
Like it's that adamant,
denial.
just insane denial before the shitstorm. You know, that's kind of what it reminds me of. But it comes off as just she's so unbelievably arrogant and you know, I can't.
I'll say it again, man. Like I feel like they wouldn't portray her this way if it wasn't going to blow up in her face at some point. It
Yeah,
didn't.
they did it with Bradley and it happened to him.
It didn't happen this week, but how could it not happen at least before the end at some point when she's not expecting it? I just can't see a way that she wins the season now when they're portraying her like this. They're not even giving her that. They're not even sticking to her story outside of the game anymore.
Exactly.
Like
we don't get any of that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just all about her being arrogant and kind of portraying her as playing a naive game. Yeah, where she's loyal to a fault. She's not thinking on her feet, you know?
It shocks me that such a super fan wouldn't be more malleable, you know?
Yeah.
Or wouldn't be more paranoid.
Well, she keeps saying how she's trusting her gut and she doesn't want to get
pulled. Sucks.
She doesn't want to get pulled into Dom's paranoia. But I do still think that I think it was blatantly obvious that Des was lying. So I think she did kind of finally realize it by the time tribal council was over. Because, I mean, everybody on the friggin' tribe is like, Des, I can vouch for you. I was there. I heard it. Like, everybody's saying it. Kellen would have to be a freaking idiot to not have figured it out by the end. So I do think she came around. But, yeah, it's too late. I mean, I don't know.
It's crazy to me that her first reaction was that Laurel had to be making that up to save her in the Malolos. Like, it's so far.
Well, that's not that far-fetched.
I mean, it's just that's where you're.
Of course, that's what a Malolo is going to do if they're on the bottom. They're going to try.
Didn't. Maybe because Des gave them an actual true story to work with and kind of saved them.
Right. But, I mean, what I think Chelsea says it in tribal council. Chelsea's like, of course they're going to do this shit. And I thought it was very accurate that, yeah, of course that's what a Malolo would do. They're going to try to come up with something. Just turns out in this case it was actually true. And there was plenty of people who were willing to step up, including Donathan, and say, hey, I was there. I heard that. And Laurel brought Jenna to Callan and said, tell her what Des said.
Yeah.
And she's like, thank you. So, I mean, Kellen would have to be an idiot to not realize that Des actually said these things.
Well, that's the amount of effort it took, I guess, to convince her. But even after that, I guess maybe she thought that Chelsea and Angela were really in on it and she didn't feel bad for flipping on them. But, I mean, who does she have now?
Yeah, I guess Dom and Wendell are tighter with Laurel and Donathan, so it's like, but I don't think anyone's aware of that. She thinks it's all.
Yeah, did you notice Dom's little cover up? How Dom was like, when Kellen was like, who told you this? And Dom was like, well, Laurel actually came to me, believe it or not. Like trying to make it seem all weird that Laurel would come to him.
Yeah, no, that was, I mean, Dom is slick. He's
good.
He's incredibly slick.
My favorite Dom moment, although there was a moment that pissed me off with Dominic, which we will get to.
Yeah.
But my favorite moment was when Kellen had her little tantrum, one of her tantrums, when she was like, we need Michael out now. And he was just sipping his coffee. He's like, really? And he just sips the coffee.
That's my favorite Kellen moment because it's so freaking unbelievably.
I was like,
childish. She's like, I want Michael out now.
She's vibrating
now.
And then at the challenge, she was like,
and then like when they tell her or when Jenna does tell her that or confirm Laurel's story, she's like, "That's bullshit."
Immediately. She can't. Well, I mean, we said this at the beginning of the season. She can't hide her true reactions. No, whereas Dom was all calm and just like you could tell he wanted to like go off, but he was just like, really, and sip the coffee. Like, she can't.
In a sense, who can't relate to that? Like, yeah, I think most of us would be really bad at hiding our emotions on Survivor. Most of us would be like Kellen. We'd be like, when we lose, we'd be sad, and we wouldn't be able to hide it. When we win, we'd be like gloating. It takes really good players.
A better Survivor player can stifle their emotions.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, for sure.
And there are those people who can. Like Laurel. Laurel stayed calm as a cucumber when she was being like called out as this liar. There's nothing more infuriating than someone calling you a liar when you know you're right and you're telling the truth. Like, it's the worst thing in the world. But Laurel was like, she didn't lose it.
Yeah, I thought Laurel did a really good job there. She pretty much just sat there and calmly listened to her when she's being. I mean, Des could have easily pulled her into the cyclone.
Yeah.
Or whatever, and she could have started acting the same way, and it would discredit her. So I think Laurel staying calm actually helped the situation. I don't know if that's true, but it seems out.
Well, she wasn't a target, even though it started as Laurel starting this rumor, when really it was Desiree starting a plan, but no one was voting for Laurel.
Right. I mean, what's Laurel done? She's not a threat.
She runs and tells Dominic and Wendell everything, but
yeah, she's looking less and less like a threat. She needs to do something.
She talks about wanting to make a move, but when when people present her with options, she's like, no, he's gonna go tell Dominic or Wendell.
I feel safe with Dominic and Wendell.
Yeah, I mean, she can't keep that up much longer. We're down to 10. They've got 2 idols. And if they really are pulling in Michael, do you think they really are pulling in Michael, or was that just a safety cushion?
I guess we get that scene where Dominic talks to Michael and says, "I'm ready to commit to this." So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what he means by that. If he's like, "I'm ready to bring you into the loop as number 5," that would be a dumb move on their part. Michael has played 2 idols relatively successfully. I mean, the first one, no, but his bluff in that tribal council was inspiring.
Yeah.
So, and then he played 1 idol perfectly and broke the curse on the effing stick. And not to mention, has just been playing hard the whole game. I mean, that's why this Des vote is just stupid, if you ask me. It's like, you had a chance to get out Michael. You guys should have done it. I mean, I love Michael. I'm rooting for him. I want him to stay in the game. But it was dumb not to vote for him this week, in my opinion. Yeah, you gotta start cracking apart Navidi. Yeah, but I don't think you want to leave Michael in the game any longer. At the very least, if you're gonna take out a Navidi this week, take out Wendell. Don't take out Des.
Well, Dom would never take out Wendell. He would never agree to that. Dom wanted Des gone because you wanted him out.
Who cares what Dom wants? The rest of them,
he was clearly driving this bus.
He has been but that's the problem. If you're out there playing the game, what they should have done is get rid of somebody like Wendell.
Well, who could have done it?
All of them. All of them should have. I don't know like how it happens. I'm saying they're dumb for not targeting somebody like that.
It wouldn't happen because I mean, if Laurel didn't even want Kellen to go home, if she was willing to tattle on that, she never would have let Wendell go home. Dom wouldn't have let Wendell go home. Kellen wouldn't have let Wendell go home. So it wouldn't happen.
There's plenty of people out there, man.
It wouldn't happen. They couldn't even get Kellen out of it. Kellen's
get their shit together. I mean, Sebastian and Jenna, why don't they do something?
Because they're high and in love.
Yeah. See, if they were not high and in love, they might try to scrape together a couple extra votes and get rid of somebody who actually might win the game. And
I think the Malolo,
not though Michael, they should have gotten rid of Michael. He's a way bigger threat.
I think the Malolos are happy to get rid of any Navidi, and they saw Des making herself a target, and so they were eager to jump on the train. When Dom said he wanted to get her out of here, they were like, "Yep, let's do it." As long as it wasn't them, they don't care.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. I guess I just got carried away from the Michael. I got carried away from the Michael idea because the Michael idea makes total sense. Get rid of the
Yeah.
big threat that you can get out, that you could get people on board with getting out. But if you really could do anything you wanted, you'd want to get rid of the biggest threat in the game, which to me is Wendell. So
Yeah.
yeah. But you're right. I mean, when alliances lie the way they lie, you can't just make anything you want
That's
happen.
the name of the game.
Yeah.
I think Wendell was good this week in that he was not very visible.
Yes. And
like Dom was out there doing all this stuff, and Kellen was doing all this stuff, and Wendell was like, bloop.
Yep. Yeah, that's good.
Another good week for Wendell. Another good week by him, like sucking in the challenges and just not giving into the drama.
Yeah.
Good.
I think Wendell's a freaking no-brainer at this point.
Wow. I don't know. I'm starting. I don't know.
I was pretty convinced Kellen was going to be the winner last week, and now
she still could.
After this episode,
let me tell you,
I don't think they'd do that. I don't think they would make.
They've done weirder stuff, but
yeah, I guess
I'm happy to know now, after being on the Twitter last night, that I am not alone.
A lot of people aren't digging her, huh?
Not last night.
Not last night. Yeah. Now, I want him gone now.
I'm gonna nibble on this lettuce leaf when there's a hunk of meat in front of me.
Yeah, the way she was talking to Dom. She was like pointing her finger at him and stuff.
She was like
shaky. She was sassing him big time.
Yeah, that's not how you want to approach those things.
I don't know if maybe there's something we're not seeing, like he's been mansplaining to her or something.
Maybe,
I don't know.
Which would give me a little more sympathy for Kellen.
Yeah,
of course.
I could see it happen. I could see it.
But it'd be hard to deal with Kellen all the time. And then when she was walking by Jonathan, she was like, "How's my hair look?"
Oh God.
Like, yeah, it looks great. Get out of here so I can find my idol, bitch.
Yeah, God damn it, Jonathan. That was so stupid. What the hell was he doing?
Yeah, I think he got excited.
He could have just sat there and waited. It's not like someone's gonna be like, "Oh, there's an idol under here. I'm gonna go get it." No, if he just freaking waited a little bit longer, eventually he'd have his chance.
When you get those high adrenaline,
decides to tell everybody like an idiot.
Well, at least it was just the Malolos he told, but still, that's 3 other people. And Laurel's been known to run her damn mouth.
Dude, freaking Dominic saw it. They showed him like get up and look at him all like paranoid. He's like, something's going on over there. Yeah.
He's already a paranoid person.
He saw it. He's watching everything. I feel like he saw it.
Probably.
I think he knows. I think he knows what's up.
I wouldn't be surprised. Looks like Jenna might weasel him out of it though next week.
Apparently, I don't know. But what's with the way like Michael did that? He's like, let's go look for an idol together or something.
I think Jonathan just wanted to go along.
Okay.
So Michael wanted to go, but he told them what he was doing. Because the Malolos, I think, are feeling tightened by their ostracization, which I don't think is a word. But the fact that they're ostracized as a group has bonded them. And so he doesn't feel any reason to hide that he's going to look for an idol. And Jonathan was like, yeah, I'm going to go too. Because he's playing up the idea that he's on the outs too. Because I don't think it's officially known that Jonathan and Laurel are with Dom and Wendell.
Right. Yeah. Just stupid of Jonathan to tell everybody that.
Yeah.
Here it is. I found an idol, you guys.
Might be, I don't think the curse is getting reversed on that one.
Everybody was in the vicinity when he found it too. Like,
the way that was cut together was strange. I would like to know who was actually all around when it happened.
Yeah, I feel like more people saw it than they even let us know about it.
It seemed like literally everyone was there.
But what's interesting about that is if you do think that alliance is still strong, Laurel, Jonathan, Dominic, and Wendell, 3 out of the 4 have idols.
I know.
So there's a lot of power.
And the one that doesn't is Laurel. I don't know.
Yet I like her chances the most because she's not going to be targeted, I don't think.
Yeah, if she wasn't targeted this week, I don't see her being targeted.
I guess maybe this week people are suspicious of her because she was just lumped in with this whole Dez situation. So
but I think the fact that she stayed so calm helped her kind of.
Yeah.
And vindicated, really, because people ended up believing her and not Dez. So.
Yeah. for sure.
It worked out okay.
Yeah.
For now. It's a double whammy next week. I knew we were getting one soon.
Yep. We'll get to that, Katie.
Sorry, I got excited.
Yeah, Dominic had a dream that Martin Sheen that Martin Sheen was Laurel's dad. And
don't you love dreams? Dreams are so weird and random. That's hilarious.
That's why most people don't share their dreams, because they sound insane. Yeah,
but
Martin Sheen's your dad, and you guys made the best bacon, egg, and cheese and McMuffin sandwiches I've ever had. It's kind of crazy. And then Angela's like, everybody's hungry.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't crazy. I'm sure everyone dreams about food out there. But, if everybody shared their crazy dreams, we wouldn't think we're crazy for sharing them, because I've had some whoppers in my days. The ones that I remember are crazy. So
everybody's had crazy dreams.
Oh, yeah. I've never had a Martin Sheen visit in my dream. Maybe tonight.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he was Laurel's dad, that's pretty funny.
He's the president. People look at him, and he's Charlie Sheen's dad. So not that he's a dad. He's a fatherly figure.
I think I heard Laurel's Minnesota accent come out tonight.
Yeah, she had it. Is she originally from Minnesota, or does she just live there? She has an accent.
Yeah, I think she's from there.
Okay. Well, yeah, she does have a Midwestern accent.
She's from Minneapolis, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Probably born and raised.
Cool.
What's in the notes? You got anything, Katie? Any ideas?
What's in the notes? My notes basically say, Ma Kellen. That's about it.
Angela calls Ghost Island. She just calls it Ghost.
I knew she was going to get the one that didn't have a vote in it. I absolutely knew.
Well, I'm pretty sure production put no vote in all three of those.
Quit it. That's not true.
It's totally possible. There's nothing to stop them from doing it. And the only people that will ever know is production themselves. And so we'll never know. But just saying, it's totally possible.
I just think
nothing to stop them from making it do whatever they want it to do. Like, it'd be really funny if we just gave Angela a no vote tonight. Oh, we can make that happen.
It was funny. I laughed.
Let's see here. Talked about Nathan's idol. Oh yeah, I thought it was cool. Or I don't know about cool, but I forgot about Ty and Scott's idol.
Yeah. So this one is that curse though.
That's a pretty good one for the curse, I feel like, because like Scott got screwed over so hard by it. It's because I thought this was a season about Survivor mistakes, and that was a huge friggin' mistake on Scott's part.
They're really. I mean, I understand why they're doing it, but they're leaning really hard on the recent seasons.
Yeah, I mean, that's
kind of annoying.
That's annoying. I agree, but like, that's where all the curses lie. Apparently, I mean, it's probably hard to think of anything in the 20s where anything cursed happens to anybody.
Well, I also think that they don't trust their audience to remember anything from before that, other than iconic things like the stick and the Eric Reichenbach necklace. I guess they went back to China, but James's mistake was a pretty dumb one too, high on the list.
Well, name one other cursed item from.
Well, they're digging shit up that I forgot about. So if I went back and looked like they have been doing, I could probably find something.
Okay, something from 17 to 27.
17 to 27, the Medallion of Power.
Is it cursed? Did anything go? It's cursed just by being stupid.
Yeah. Someone mentioned, I don't know where I read this, but someone said they should bring the car back because the car was definitely cursed.
Oh, that's good. So
Would
you're talking about
awesome?
Dream's car that he took from
Yao Man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm,
and then voted him out.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
I think that would be pretty neat because they literally called it the car curse.
Yeah, they did call that a curse. That's
way
true.
back when. That's the only actual curse that has been on Survivor.
But no, I agree. It's kind of annoying that they're only doing recent seasons. But yeah, I'm hard pressed to even think of anything from season 17 to 27. Anything. I
bet we could think of something.
We'd have to go back and watch seasons, and maybe production feels the same way. They're like, we don't have time to go back and watch these seasons.
They should know their seasons.
I mean, they've done so goddamn many of them. How do you remember all of it? You
I
know.
suppose stuff
But then
runs together.
there's like the Survivor redditors who are historians and
True.
know all of this crap. So
All they need to do is send out the bat signal, and they would get some help.
should have consulted.
Not us. We apparently can't think of anything. But like I said, if you gave me a minute, I'm sure you could think of something.
Here in Minnesota, it's called Hardee's. It's not called Carl's Jr.
You're not in Minnesota.
Close enough. I'm on the border. I'm right on the border.
Yes, you are. I'm definitely not. So, yeah.
I'm the same from Minnesota.
I never knew Carl's Jr. was a thing until the first time I went to California.
I think that's what it is in Denver too, when I live there. Anyways.
Yeah, anyways.
That's a weird thing to say. Sorry about that.
It's weird that Hardee's and Carl's Jr. are such different names. Like,
it's like they didn't even keep it in the same
How is
realm.
it the same company if the names are so different? Like, if you go to, like, some places, the frozen yogurt shop is called Cherry Berry. You go somewhere else, it's called Pink Berry. You go somewhere else, it's called Lemon Berry. Those are all related. Like, how are Hardee's and Carl's Jr. related?
It's a good question. I almost feel like in the Midwest, it's named Hardee's because they want to inspire thoughts of hearty meals instead of like Junior, which brings up thoughts of smallness.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's strange because they're the exact same restaurant.
There's a theory for you.
Okay.
Okay, let's get back on Survivor now. Women won all 3 individual immunities so far.
These challenges must, like, their balance, I don't remember the challenges last season. I think Chrissy was just kind of a beast last season, and the guys kind of sucked.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see.
Devin and Ben, you wouldn't expect them to suck so bad.
Ben wasn't very graceful, and Devin gave up the one he could have won for a back massage.
Oh yeah, from
Ashley.
Ashley, yeah. Okay, I think we covered the scramble pretty well.
It was a scramble. It was a hell of a scramble, the likes of which we haven't seen in a while. You know what I was thinking? Okay, when Desiree discovered she'd been caught, her reaction was to go confront Laurel. If she had not done that, would things have been different? Because she didn't have any reason to other than to, like, yell at her and get mad at her. And then when Wendell walked up, she changed her story to, this was never a plan, from, you know, why'd you tell them the plan?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think things would be different if she
she just, like, calms down and goes back up to Laurel one-on-one and says, look, I understand why you maybe are hesitant about this plan, but you have to look ahead down the road a little bit. If these guys have idols, which apparently Des knew, then how are you ever going to beat them? Like, I don't know if it would have worked because Laurel seems really, really like she's really attached to Wendell and Dom, but it would have been better than what she did.
Right. Fact is, I don't think she needed to confront Laurel at all. As soon as in your version, you're like, hey, I'm Des. I still want to go through with this plan. Like, I still want to go through with it. But in reality, as soon as she's caught, she needs to totally retreat. She needs to, like, shut the hell up and just back off for this vote.
And go back to the Michael plan.
Yeah, if she just shuts her mouth and lets it go somewhere else, she's still in the game, living to fight another day. She might be able to strike next week, at which point maybe those guys are more willing to do it. Yeah.
Donathan always seems ready. Donathan's always like, yeah, let's do it. Come on. And Laura's like, oh, no.
It's like, I'm ready. And then he goes and tells everybody what's happening.
And then by the time tribal council rolls around, he's, like, completely on Laurel's side. Like, nuh-uh, honey, all against Des.
Yeah, Donathan says it was lit. I was like, oh, come on.
It's strange to hear that from someone with such an accent, but I'm sure they hear it too.
Yeah, I mean,
and say it too.
It's just a weird way to describe, like, the scramble. Like, the scramble was lit, Jeff.
I hate that that's really that mainstream in the lexicon now, that it's just, we all know what that means.
Well, it's called slang.
I
we
know,
had
it's annoying though.
we had ours when we were young.
Yeah, ours was better.
um, and then Jeff says, "Fireworks is a big word."
Did he say that?
Yeah,
Oh, I missed that one.
it's like it was fireworks, and Jeff's like, "Fireworks is a big word." Yeah.
What? Like he doesn't spout hyperbole every week that the show is on?
Right.
That's pretty rich coming from Jeff Probst.
Yeah. There was a couple good things in the tribal. Just looking at my notes here.
I like it when Probst said, I don't remember what Des said. She's like, "Can I answer?" And Probst was like, "Always." That was nice. That was
Did
smooth.
you
I say that a lot.
Did you like Kellen's
No.
canned line?
No.
I've been trying to be Sherlock Holmes all day, but I've been feeling like Helen Keller.
No, I rolled my eyes pretty hard at that. That was
she got
pretty
chuckles. She got chuckles across the board.
It's kind of offensive to Helen Keller and deaf and blind people of the world.
It is a little bit, but yeah, more than anything, it makes you realize like Kellen is definitely just feeding production whatever they want. Like she's sitting there thinking up these lines she's gonna say at tribal council, because you don't just come up with shit like that on the spot. Maybe she did. I don't know, but it sounds like something.
She's quite the comedian, Kellen.
Yeah, it's pretty hysterical. So
did you see? I sent you this. I'm sure you saw it, but Sebastian's vote, the way he spelled Desiree.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, that guy's just gold.
Yeah. So that meme actually made me think of a good joke.
Let's hear it.
And maybe I'm sure this has already been said before.
Is it as good as the Helen Keller joke? Because I don't think you can top that one.
It's probably not quite that good.
Let's hear it.
Someone's already probably said it before, but what's the last thing you should ask someone before tribal council?
Are you high?
How do you spell your name?
Oh, yeah. I could see Seabass doing that though.
Like, hey Desiree, how do you spell your name?
Well, the other thing is like you could literally
spell my name.
She has a nickname Des. You could literally just put DES, or even DEZ wouldn't be that atrocious. Like you could have just put Des.
What he did, and maybe he's not that dumb. Maybe it was like intentional.
Yeah, I mean it's possible. I think Seabass seems like a super fun guy. I'm just, we don't see anything from him other than the silly moments.
Yeah, he's not gonna win.
No, guys, I can't. We haven't seen him do anything strategic all season.
Can't see anyone voting for him. I mean, he could make the final three, but he'd be sitting there sounding like a jackass in Final Tribal. No way in hell anyone's giving him the money.
Yeah,
he's just not very. So. He comes up with funny little quips, but he can't really articulate anything meaningful.
Outquip, outlast, outplay.
That's not one of the rules. So.
Well, everybody's screwed if they're up against Kellen, because she'll outquip you till the cows come home with jokes like that.
Yeah, if you give her enough time to write it.
Yeah. It's like Chris Noble. He's got to write it down first before he spits it out.
Yeah. Yeah, he writes good rhymes. He just can't deliver them very well, unfortunately. Des, at one point, she's just like sick of tribal council, and she says, "Let's get to the vote. Let's get to the vote. Let's get to the vote." And then Jeff goes, "So you're ready to vote?" That part cracked me.
Yeah, I watched her Ponderosa, and she was really like cool when she got voted out, when she was done. But like the first thing she ate was this grilled cheese, but like with a burger on it, so it's like a grilled cheeseburger. And I don't know why, but it made me so hungry. It's really good.
You should go get one of those.
I don't think you can buy one. I'd have to make it, and I can't make good burgers.
There's got to be a restaurant somewhere where you live that serves such a thing.
Seems unlikely.
Do you guys have a Sickies there?
Yeah.
Sickies?
They have weird burgers, don't they?
I bet they have it. I bet they
Probably.
have that.
They have like peanut butter burgers.
I'm gonna bet, I'm 80% sure they have it there.
Okay.
Who's your MVP?
My MVP. This one's tough because I thought there was some iffy gameplay. I feel like I always give it to the same people. Yeah. I'm going to give it to Chelsea for winning immunity.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Let's see. Yeah, you make a good point there. It's like there's a lot of people doing good things mixed with bad things.
Mhm.
So it's like who is good? You could maybe give it to Dom because he's like
Yeah,
he's kind of he's steering the boat and getting his way, and he
he
got his
is.
way
You
again this
know,
week.
I did not care for. We didn't get into this. I really hated when he was like, all these goats are gonna get together. Like, it's not a good look. I'm fine if like Dom and Kellen both go soon.
Yeah, the goats thing, but he's right. They are goats. What have
I
they
mean,
done
Des was trying to make a move.
for the first time? I mean, she hasn't done much up
Yeah, I
until
don't. I know.
now.
I just thought it was
She
arrogant, and it
hasn't done.
annoyed me.
It is arrogant. I'll give you that. But can I do a dual MVP this week?
Sure, do what you
Uh,
want.
it's gonna be Dominic because yeah, the agency is there. He's got agency, and Michael just because by all what's the word that comes next to
Intents and
that? By
purposes,
all intents and purposes,
he should be
Michael should
gone.
be gone.
It's amazing he's not.
It's amazing he's still there.
I
So
know.
Michael, Dom,
Yeah,
he's
yeah, that's good. That works.
and sorry I ruined our streak of predictions.
Yeah, none of us picked Des, did
Yeah,
we?
not even
I mean,
Cassie.
we
I
all
thought
ruined it.
Cassie.
I thought Cassie was going to be right because I was convinced Kellen was going until she wasn't.
Who
So
did you pick again?
I picked Wendell.
Oh, I thought you picked Kellen.
No, Cassie picked Kellen. I picked Wendell. You picked Dom.
Right.
They were They were the three names on Desiree's list. So
right.
we were kind of on the right track for who was targeted. But
yeah, and that's another good point is production did a really good job again. I gotta stop saying production. Give me a new name.
the show.
The show.
Yeah.
I just like this idea of all the people making the show, like it's this entity, you know? Like,
yeah. Well, I'm sure by this point it is just a machine.
yeah, exactly. So, anyways, I just love how they're always keeping us guessing with the preview. The preview could be shoving it down your throat, and you're like, it can't be that.
Yeah,
It can't
exactly.
be
The
Des.
preview they showed was like, well, they're making it pretty obvious that it's Des, which is why you thought it wouldn't be Des.
Right, but the next week they'll shove it down your throat, and you're like,
then it's this person.
Yeah, it's someone totally different. So they're always mixing it up. They're always mixing up what they show in the preview and what it means. So you really just never know.
They've started just releasing these 10-second previews and nothing more than that. And I think maybe that's helped a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
You know, it's annoying when you want to see a preview.
I'm fine with one a week.
I know. A week is a long time to go with between shots.
I actually haven't been listening to as much like Survivor coverage.
I haven't either. Just
I feel like I always lose interest a little bit in mid-season. I don't know.
That's true. You said that last time too.
Yeah, this is when it starts to get like, man, it just never turns out quite the way you want it to.
But it's ramping up though.
I mean, there's still lots of good people in the game. Hopefully, I just hope we like somebody.
Yeah, I'm concerned because next week there's a twist. And last time that word was revealed, it burned us all good.
Yeah. I mean, I know I've said it before, but I'll say it again. We start, like, as an example, we started the season liking Ben. You know, our favorites before the season started were Ben, Chrissy, and Ryan.
Not Chrissy. Actually, yeah, she was.
Yes, she was the favorite.
You're right.
All three of them were the favorites.
And they were the final three, and we hated it.
And we were disappointed.
Yeah.
So, like, that, I think it's always worth re-examining. Like, are we ever satisfied? Like, are we just going to hate whoever's there because...
I don't think human beings are.
Especially not with reality TV. And...
Look at like
we just need to keep that in perspective. Hopefully, by the time it is Wendell, Dominic, and Kellen in the final three, we don't hate it because it was so predictable. But
Kellen was not a preseason favorite.
Yes, she was.
No, not of mine.
It's Rob Cesternino's winner pick. It's my MVP. It's
right, but I'm talking personally. You were talking personally about who we liked, and I said from the beginning I did not like her.
That's true. Yeah, if that's what you mean, yeah. This time you don't like her, but she's obviously a favorite to win.
She was a pre-game favorite. Yes.
Anyways, predictions. We
Well,
got a
two
double
people
boot.
go homeless
Yeah.
next week, so are we just gonna pick one and hope for
Hope for the
better odds?
best.
Yeah.
No, let's pick both. Let's
Oh God.
let's double pick it.
Okay, you asked for it. I'm gonna pick one big one and one small one. So I'm gonna go Kellen and Chelsea.
That's really good. I'm definitely gonna pick Chelsea too because I think this is and I'm pretty sure I got this idea from someone else, but I totally agree with it that someone with Chelsea's edit is always the person that goes in a double boot episode.
That's true.
So I think it's gonna be Chelsea in this double boot.
Okay.
And it is gonna be paired up with somebody bigger. And it could be Kellen because I mean she got built up so much as the arrogant, pride before the fall edit. But I don't know. I still think Michael is just like, I don't know how the hell he's there.
You've been picking him for a long time.
Keep picking him. Michael.
I mean, I don't see him getting to the end. I can see him going as far as that, like 5 or 6, but I don't know how that happens.
Like Colby and was that Heroes Villains?
I was going to say, you know what sucks? I was going to say I can see him being the fallen angel at 4, but now we don't even get that. That's a fire making challenge, so that's not even a thing.
Oh, yeah. I've been meaning to bring that up because I totally forgot that's a thing that we knew before the season started that they were doing that again this season. So
it's fire making bullshit.
Fire making bullshit.
That's what I'm going to refer to it as from now on.
Fair enough.
So the fallen angel will go at 5 now, probably, if they can get rid of him.
I don't think.
And if they have an idol, which they can play at 5, then they can't. So it's stupid.
Yeah, I mean, you're running out of room here, and you got 3 idols in the hands of the strongest alliance in the game. So
yeah, they're really in
good
trouble
luck, guys.
Here.
Good luck. Michael's screwed.
Yeah, true.
Michael Chelsea next week. That's what I got.
Okay, well, I don't like the fact that Kellen's not in there, but okay.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts?
I just hope the twist next week isn't as bullshit as the Final 4 twist last.
I thought that was the twist. Is that it's a double boot episode?
I think there's another twist.
Oh, my interpretation of the preview was the twist is it's a double boot, and at the most twist about it is like how it's gonna be like. There's only going to be one immunity challenge, so someone is immune from the double boot from 2 votes, or
is that why there's 2 necklaces?
Oh, there's 2 necklaces. I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's 2 necklaces sitting there.
I did not notice that. Okay,
someone took a still of it on the Reddit, and it showed 2 necklaces.
Yeah, so there's not 2 tribal councils. There's only 1 tribal council, 1 immunity challenge. 2 people voted out in the same tribal. The question is, are both those people immune for both votes? I imagine yes. Because my other theory was that they're only immune for 1 vote.
And fair.
And then everybody's vulnerable for the second vote.
Yeah, that doesn't seem fair.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to do that. Maybe first place is immune for the first vote, second place is immune for the second vote, or vice versa. So, yeah.
Then they just vote the second place person out if they were target before they could be immune for the second vote.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense, does it?
I think you're right. It does have to do with the double tribal, but we just don't know the mechanics of it. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's 1 tribal, 2 people going home, 2 necklaces, and we don't know exactly
how it's all going to come together. Yeah,
that's the twist, I think. Anyways,
maybe someone will get sent to get Ghost Island, but then that's 3 people immune, and 2 people going home out of 7 available people. That's not right.
Yeah, I always forget about Ghost Island too.
Well, it's been irrelevant for the last 2 weeks.
It's kind of a flop.
Well, the funny thing is, the coolest aspects of Ghost Island have been the coolest artifacts have been discovered by people who didn't go to Ghost Island. You know what I mean? It's the idols
that they're finding on the island.
Story.
Yeah.
Ghost Island is just advantages, and we've only gotten like 2 of them.
Yeah, there's no story there. It's not being utilized as well as it could be.
The theme is good. I feel like they don't need the actual island.
Yeah, they could have left the island out of it.
Could just call it past mistakes or something better than that, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Regrets. Survivor regrets.
The most depressing season ever.
My favorite season.
That'd be a good one.
All right. That'll do it for this episode of the podcast. Thank you so much for listening. You can follow us on Twitter at TV is our real mom.
I tweeted yesterday.
Oh, good for you. Did Cassie do it or did you?
No, I did it.
Okay. Yeah, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and a comment, and we'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.
Bye.